To Coleridge, the mind does not simply see the world, it actually helps create it. Hartley's associationism, which is happening right in the middle of the 18th century, David Hartley, the philosopher, comes up with the concepts or develops the ideas within the movement of associationism. This is where mind is the passive receiver of impressions, reality enters through the senses, and ideas are linked mechanically. A perfectly respectable mid-18th century philosophy. Coleridge's objection to this, as we will see with many of the Romantic poets, was this failed to give proper emphasis to the creative faculty. It explains memory, but not genius. A machine can associate, but cannot create. The Romantic Revolution, which Coleridge helped to set off in England, the mind to Coleridge was an active creative power, and we did not merely receive reality passively and then put it into its little categories and move on with life. To Coleridge, the imagination shapes sensation into meaning. Imagination is not escape from reality, it is the way reality becomes meaningful. It provides the answers to those why questions. Primary imagination, which Coleridge develops in the Biographia Literaria, the living power and prime agent of all human perception. So this importance, this primacy given to imagination by Coleridge. Imagination is not only poetic invention, it is the basis of all perception. Human consciousness echoes divine creation. So Coleridge, through his life's journey, becomes increasingly concerned with religiosity and with the divine, and the poetic genius being a part of that divine process of creation. The finite mind reflects the infinite I am. The mechanical view, nature equals objects and matter, and Coleridge responds, imagination reveals hidden connections, and it's the poet's task to discover those connections. The world becomes a living whole. We perceive beauty, symbolism, and meaning, three things that through the modern period poets give different emphasis to. And so you can see in the 19th and the 20th centuries, different schools of poetry emphasizing one of those three offshoots. Another concept that Coleridge is developing is genius versus talent. Talent being the mere rearranging of existing materials. And genius was a creation from an inner living principle. We can use the image of an egg and an eggshell to understand this a little better. The eggshell just having the outer impression of life, and the egg containing the matter whereby life comes. And the imagination is that egg, its ability to create life. It's not just the mute receiving of impressions. Later, Coleridge goes further and he becomes increasingly religious. Imagination is divine in origin. Human beings are fallen, so he becomes more interested in the concept of human fallenness and a greater reliance upon the divine inspiration, and imagination that can reveal truth or create illusion. So one thing that the Romantic poets do exceptionally well, and it's very interesting, is reclaiming religion as a creative force. Personal, subjective experience of God becoming a ground in which to create new forms of art. For Coleridge, imagination is not merely what poets possess, it is the deepest power of the human mind, the force that transforms sensation into meaning and allows humanity to participate in creation itself. So I would like to leave you with just a reflection on the primary importance of this imagination that these Romantic poets put upon it, and this gives us a greater understanding about why that Romantic period in poetry was such a re-flourishing or a renewal of the poetic inspiration in English poetry. Thank you.